In Washington, President Joe Biden has signed an executive order aimed at protecting women who travel for abortions. It calls for waivers to allow Medicaid to cover services for women who leave their home state for the procedure. Natalie Brand reports today's executive order comes as voters determine the future of abortion in states across the country.
During the first meeting of the White House Task Force on Reproductive Health Care, President Biden touted a new executive order to support patients traveling out of state for care.
I commit to the American people that we're doing everything in our power to safeguard access to health care, including the right to choose that women had under Roe v. Wade.
The executive order directs the Secretary of Health and Human Services to consider action to advance access to reproductive health care services, including through Medicaid, improve research on maternal health outcomes, and ensure health providers comply with federal law, which could include technical assistance for doctors who may be confused in the wake of the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade as they navigate new state restrictions. The president has again urged Congress to codify Roe v. Wade into federal law, pointing to Tuesday's vote in Kansas as an example of public sentiment towards abortion rights. Crowds at this Kansas election night party erupted into cheers after learning voters had rejected a measure to remove abortion rights from the state's constitution.
This is a clear indication of where voters in Kansas are on this issue.
The group Kansans for Constitutional Freedom claimed victory in the historically red state during the first real test of abortion rights on the ballot since Roe was overturned.
I wouldn't have voted that way if I were a Kansas voter. My guess is this won't be the last vote they take on it.
A similar measure to the one voted down in Kansas is on the ballot in Kentucky, while adding abortion protections to the state constitution are on the ballot in Vermont and California. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.